Hello, I am Taurice Bussey, here to talk to you about underage drinking. Hopefully you've already read my article and my initial thoughts on the matter. If you haven't, be sure to go and check that out. Also on the Greenville Family Partnership website, that is gfpdrugfree.org. Now, in my article I established that clearly this is a problem, but let's look at a few of the facts here. Okay, 40% of young people who start drinking before the age of 15 become alcoholics later in life. Not only that, alcohol affects the cerebral cortex, which is responsible for controlling nerve-to-nerve interaction, and so it inhibits communication between nerve cells and other cells in the body. So it naturally slows down motor movements and things like that, and it also affects teens' cognitive processes, so they can't think clearly, and they start making other poor choices and engaging in risky behavior, such as unprotected sex and doing some more severe drugs. And in our article, if you read it, you saw that I said I don't really understand why teens do it. Because for me personally, the thought of drinking underage and getting arrested completely freaks me out. Not only that, having been studying medicine and knowing that it affects you so badly, I don't want to touch it at all. So I did a little research. I asked some people around the office, and the top 3 things that we came up with for why teens drink underage is because they don't know the consequences, they think it's cool, and because of peer pressure. Now, a lot of teens that they know the consequences of drinking, and they think it's okay because they see people who maybe who drink and don't really have serious consequences, and it doesn't affect them that much. But they really don't. They don't understand that they can go to jail for drinking underage. They don't understand that people do die because of things that happen after drinking and inhibiting your thought and cognitive processes. And they don't understand that drinking will harm you in the long haul. And one thing that I would say to teens to help them understand that is just ask them, is one night of fun worth your life, or much less your friends' lives? Also, they think it's cool. If you look at a lot of the shows that teens are watching today, you think of MTV's Jersey Shore and Buck Wow. Those things promote drinking and kind of uninhibited behavior in which teens think that in order to have fun, you have to drink and get inebriated. And that's not the truth, because the thing is, when you look at stuff like that, those people really, they don't enjoy life, they don't like their lives, and they put on this facade of this glorious life free of rules and responsibility, when actually they're kind of self-loathing, and that is a poor, dangerous road to be on. There's some serious depression, thoughts of suicide. You don't want to be on that. And also peer pressure. Okay, a lot of teens today are drinking. Some of them just do it socially. Some of them have a serious alcohol problem, and then so they're pressuring their other friends to drink. They're going to say, man, why don't you drink? Everyone's doing it. And a lot of teens today don't know how to respond to peer pressure. They don't know how to stand firm and say no when someone offers them something that they don't agree with, and they don't have enough confidence in themselves. All right, so how do we as parents, I'm not a parent, so I don't know why I said that, but how do parents address this problem? Well, first off, you need to start as early as possible with building a healthy, positive relationship with your child. You need to let them know that you love them, that you care about them, and that they can come to you for anything. One thing you never want to do is lecture to your children or preach to them, because then later in life they're going to be afraid to come to you with questions or any concerns, because they think they're just going to get a lecture and you're just going to preach at them. Kids do not want to be preached at, people, so don't do it. Okay, have open conversations with them and do less talking than the child. Ask them their opinions, avoid yes or no questions, ask a lot of the open-ended questions, and genuinely listen and take into consideration what they say. And also, you want to teach them to be self-confident. You want to help build that in them. Tell them that they're awesome, tell them that you love them, that people love them, they're going to do great things. Build up that self-confidence so they get that good self-esteem going, and then later in life, when people are pressuring them to do things, they'll know how to respond to that, and they'll be able to say no and stand firm on that ground. Okay, so we have to build them up. We have to establish an identity within them to where they respect themselves enough to not want to engage in risky behavior. Now, I know some of you unfortunately already have teens and you haven't taken that approach, and maybe your teens are already drinking alcohol, or you're starting to get worried that they are, or you want to make sure it's not going to happen. Well, you may be a little bit behind the curve, but don't worry. Okay, what you really need to do is monitor your teens' behavior and make sure you're on top of what activities they're doing and who they're doing them with. Now, I know other teens are probably going to hate me. They're like, oh, you're supposed to be on our side. Well, I am, and I'm in the best interest of all teens. I want them to be successful, and that's why I'm telling you this. Okay? If they're going out with their friends, make sure you know exactly where they're going. Make sure you know where they are at all times. If they're going to a party, make sure you talk with the parents face to face, not just on the phone, because teens, yes, we're pretty tricky, and we try and put someone else on the phone and pretend like that's their mom. So talk with them face to face. Tell them what your expectations are for your child and what you do and don't want them doing. Ensure that there will be plenty of adult supervision. There won't be any risky behavior going on in the home. Also, set some clear guidelines and consequences for your teen. Okay, if they do something you don't agree with, they need to know that you're going to stand that line and you're not going to be pushed over it, that you're going to enforce those consequences you talked about. One thing my parents always do, and I hate it, is when I get in trouble, they take my phone and my computer. Now, they used to kill me. Now I'll give you my phone freely because I don't want it anymore. But you take that away from a teen and they will, be like, hey, okay, fine, I won't do it anymore because I want my stuff. And so just make sure you monitor their behavior, make sure you keep on top of it. If they start changing the way they act or the people they hang with, that should be some cause for concern, and look more into that. I hope I was able to help you guys out. For more information and resources, check the Prevention Resource Center at Greenville Family Partnership. Have a great day.